Slow response action potential is a type of action potential present in pacemaker cells. Well, how this type of action potential enables the cell to get depolarized by itself, we will see in this video. Hey everyone, welcome to HM Learnings. I am Harshita, the creator of HM Learnings, where students come to clear their concepts and to get the study material. Make sure that you have subscribed my channel. Fast response action potential we have already covered in my last video. So if you haven't watched that video, please go and watch it. It has also the basic points covered, like what is electrophysiology, what are electric signals, what are channels. So I recommend you to watch that video before this. You can find the link of that video in the description box and in the I button. So we will start with the slow response action potential. Slow response action potential is also called as the pacemaker potential. So we know basically that slow response action potential is also known as the pacemaker potential. So pacemaker potential means what? It will be present in the pacemaker cells. Pacemaker cells like SA node, AV node. Okay, so there the slow response action potential, also called as a pacemaker potential, is present. And this pacemaker potential is actually responsible for the property of the pacemaker cell called as automaticity. So this property I have already discussed in my video of properties of cardiac muscle. You can go and watch it to understand this property. This property is basically the ability of the cell to depolarize by its own without any external stimulus. So this property is present in the pacemaker cells of the heart, and this is because of a pacemaker potential. Now, what is pacemaker potential? What is slow response action potential? What are the phases in it, and how it differs from the fast response action potential? We will see. So I will draw here the slow response action potential first. Okay, so this is the slow response action potential. I have drawn the two slow response action potential, and here I will draw the fast response action potential. Okay, so then I will label this is a slow response action potential, and then the another type is called as the fast response action potential. Okay, so first I will write all the phases of the fast response action potential, because that we have already covered, and then we will compare it with the phases of the slow response action potential. So this is the resting membrane potential, which is phase number 4, and here the resting membrane potential is minus 90 millivolts. Then the next is then this is the phase 0, which is a phase of rapid depolarization. This is because of the voltage gated sodium channels. There is increase in the sodium current, sodium influx, and then there is phase 1, which is the rapid depolarization. Okay, and this is because of the potassium efflux. Then this is phase 0, plateau phase, which is because of the calcium influx and the potassium efflux. Then phase 3 is a rapid repolarization, and it is because of the potassium efflux. Okay, and then it will back to the resting membrane potential. Now I will write the phases of the slow response action potential, and then we compare. So this is the phase 4 resting membrane potential. Here is about how much it is less negative here, minus 55 to minus 60 millivolts. Then this is phase 0, rapid depolarization, and then the next phase is phase 3, which is rapid repolarization. Okay, and then again phase 4, which is resting membrane potential phase. So from this you can have you can write down the differences easily. Number one difference is phase 1 and phase 2 are absent here. Okay, these two phases are absent here. Then the next difference is here the resting membrane potential is less negative. It is only minus 55 to minus 60 millivolts. But here the resting membrane potential is minus 90 millivolts. Why it is more negative here but less negative here? This is because the cell membrane of the pacemaker cells is more leaky to the sodium and the calcium, but it is less permeable to the potassium. So as a result, what will happen? The resting membrane potential will become more closer to the threshold because it is leaky to the sodium and the calcium even when the cell is at rest. But so it will allow sodium and the calcium even at the rest. So it becomes less negative. Next thing is that here the resting membrane potential, you can see it is not stable. Okay. So what I mean by saying stable is that here the resting membrane potential is a straight line. It is stable. Once an electric signal came, then the membrane potential starts increasing. But here what is happening? The resting membrane potential is not stable. It is slowly depolarizing. So how it is happening? Without any electrical stimulus, the resting membrane potential is slowly depolarizing. How could be it possible? Now before that, this slowly depolarizing membrane potential or the resting membrane potential which is not stable is called as the diastolic depolarization. Diastolic depolarization means what? That the depolarization is happening when the cell is at diastole, when the cardiac muscle is relaxed. At that time also the membrane is depolarizing. Or the another name is the pacemaker potential, and the other name is the prepotential. So these are the names which are given to this unstable resting membrane potential. Now we will see how this resting membrane potential is unstable. What is the reason behind it? So I will draw the slow response action potential again here to make you understand. So this is the resting membrane potential. The resting membrane potential is how much? It is about minus 55 millivolts, and it is moving towards the threshold which is minus 40 millivolts. Okay, then this is slowly depolarizing. How it is slowly depolarizing and why it is slowly depolarizing? So for that there are channels, and we divide that channels in the 3 parts. Okay, so we are talking about the pacemaker potential, how the pacemaker potential is slowly depolarizing without any kind of the external stimulus. So number one part of the resting membrane potential, slowly depolarizing membrane potential, is because of the decay of the potassium current. Okay, what do you mean by decay of the potassium current? It means that there is closure of the potassium channel. Okay, so before phase 4, what is the phase? Before phase 4, what is the phase? There will be the phase 3. Okay, this is phase 3, and this phase 3 is because of the potassium efflux, and potassium, it is because of the potassium efflux. So what happens? Firstly, the channels which are responsible for the potassium efflux, they have to close. Only then the membrane potential will become more positive. So these channels, this potassium channel will be closed, the potassium current will be stopped. Okay, then the second part is because of which channel? There are special type of the channels in the heart which are called as the hyperpolarization activated cyclic nucleotide gated channel, HCN gated channel. These channels are also called as the funny channels. Okay, why funny channels? Because they are activated by what? They are activated by hyperpolarization. Okay, the number of channels we have studied till now all are activated by the depolarization, but these type of channels are activated by the hyperpolarization. Okay, and then they conduct both, they allow both sodium and potassium to enter inside the cell. Okay, it conducts both the sodium and the potassium influx, and this is called as the funny current because it is non-specific. It allows both the sodium and the potassium. So they are called as the funny channels because activated by the hyperpolarization and conduct both the sodium and the potassium, and because they conduct both the sodium and the potassium, that current is called as a funny current. Now the third part of the pacemaker potential is because of which channel? It is because of the T-type voltage gated calcium channel. So these channel open and they will allow the calcium influx. So the calcium will enter inside the cell and take the membrane potential finally towards a threshold which is minus 40 millivolts. Okay, so these are the three types of the channels which are responsible for the pacemaker potential, particularly this channel because it is activated by the hyperpolarization. So even when there is no electric signal, the cell is hyperpolarized, still this channel get activated and allow the ion influx and take the membrane potential towards the threshold. I hope this is clear to you. Now we will talk about the next phase. The next phase is which phase? Phase 0. And phase 0 is because of what? We talk about now the phase 0. Phase 0 is which phase? Rapid depolarization. Now rapid depolarization here is not because of the sodium, voltage gated sodium channel. Here it is because of the L-type voltage gated calcium channel. And that is why the rate of depolarization is slow here. Okay, if we compare the fast response and the slow response action potential, here this is a slow response and the fast response, the rate of the depolarization here is the very rapid. This is because of the voltage gated sodium channel, but here the rate of the depolarization is slow. Why slow? Because here the channels which are responsible for the depolarization are different, and these are L-type calcium channels. The L-type calcium channels, they are slow channels. They follow a slower kinetics. They are slow to activate and slow to inactivate. So it will take time. The calcium will take time to enter inside the cell, and whereas the sodium entry and exit is faster because the voltage gated sodium channel is rapid. The kinetics, the activation and the inactivation of that channel is very rapid. If you don't understand the term related to activation and the inactivation, you can watch the previous video. Okay, there I have discussed the kinetics of the voltage gated sodium channel very easily. Now the next phase is this phase 3. So this phase 3 is which phase? This is rapid repolarization. Okay, so rapid repolarization is the same. Means what? The channel which are responsible here for the rapid depolarization, which are the delayed outward potassium channel. Same channels are responsible here for the phase 3. So phase 3 is by which channel? The potassium channels, the delayed outward potassium channels, and they will allow the potassium efflux. And then again the membrane will come back to, first it will hyperpolarize and then it will again taken to the threshold by this pacemaker potential, by the channels responsible for the pacemaker potential. Okay, so these are the three phases of the slow response action potential. Phase 1 and 2 are absent here. So there are three phases in the slow response action potential. It occurs in the pacemaker cells and the injured myocardium. Then slow response action potential is a pacemaker potential. Depolarization is because of the opening of the L-type calcium channels which allow the calcium influx, and these channels follow the slower kinetics than the sodium channel. Therefore the rate of the depolarization is slow. Then we know that in the depolarization phase, what is happening? Through that L-type calcium channel, the calcium is entering inside. This is a cell, so the calcium is entering inside the cell. So because the calcium is entering inside the cell, it will cause a calcium-induced calcium release from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Sarcoplasmic reticulum in the cell is a storehouse of the calcium. Okay, on the membrane of it, there is one receptor called as the RYR receptor. So when there is calcium entry inside the cell, this calcium will lead the RYR receptor to cause the calcium entry inside the cell, and it is responsible for the excitation contraction coupling. So calcium enters inside the cell and cause the calcium contraction coupling, and this calcium release from the sarcoplasmic reticulum has given a term called as a local calcium release, because it is released by the cell itself, and it is also called as the calcium sparks. Okay, then so calcium sparks is a term which is used by the calcium released by the sarcoplasmic reticulum. This you have to remember. Now the phase 3 is repolarization. There is inactivation of the L-type calcium channels and activation of the potassium channel. Delayed output potassium channel gets activated, causing the potassium efflux. Then the phase 4 is diastolic depolarization of the pacemaker potential, which is a non-stable resting membrane potential. It will slowly depolarize to threshold. And what is the molecular basis? I have already explained you the 3 channels. Okay, and this, because of this diastolic depolarization of the pacemaker potential, the automaticity property is present in the pacemaker cells, because it helps the cell to depolarize by its own, so doesn't need any external stimulus. Okay, so here one term is given, calcium sparks. So calcium sparks also contributes to the pacemaker potential. So why it is so? It is actually a concept more important for the postgraduate students. Okay, it is given in the higher textbook of cardiology that the pacemaker potential, I just write PP for the pacemaker potential, it has 2 components. It has 2 proponents, you can say. Number 1 is the membrane clock. Membrane clock is the voltage clock, which is because of the hyperpolarization activated channel. I will not go into detail. Then calcium clock. Calcium clock is what? Calcium clock is the another proponent which is responsible for the pacemaker potential. We know that L-type calcium channels open. L-type voltage gated calcium channels open. They will allow the calcium influx inside the cell, and it will cause the calcium induced calcium release, results in the local calcium release, that is the calcium spark from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Now this will lead to the increase in intracellular calcium concentration. When there is increase in the intracellular calcium concentration, what will happen? There will be activation of one type of channel called as the sodium calcium exchanger. Now what does a sodium calcium exchanger do? This is a cell, this is a membrane, and I am drawing a sodium calcium exchanger here. When there is increase in the calcium concentration inside the cell, this sodium calcium exchanger gets activated, causing the pumping out of the calcium outside the cell and taking inside the sodium. But it takes 3 sodium inside the cell and pumps out 2 calcium inside the cell, resulting in what? There will be increase in the positivity inside the membrane, because 3 sodiums are coming but 2 calciums are going out. That means there will be a gain of a 1 charge. Okay, and that is why what will happen? The membrane potential becomes less negative, or you can say it will become more positive, resulting in the depolarization of the cell. So this is how the calcium sparks contribute in the pacemaker potential. Okay, this is a higher concept, especially for the postgraduate students. Next, the difference between the fast and the slow response action potential. Fast is a rapid rate of the depolarization because of the voltage gated sodium channel. Here there is slow rate of depolarization because of L-type voltage gated calcium channels. Large amplitude upstroke, reduced amplitude upstroke. 5 phases, phase 1 and phase 2 are absent here. Okay, then it occurs in atrial ventricular myocytes and in His-Purkinje fibers. It occurs in the SA node, AV node and the injured myocardium. Here the resting membrane potential is stable, but here it is unstable. Autorhythmicity is possible, not possible here, it is possible here. Conduction velocity is high because the rate of depolarization is rapid, so conduction velocity will be high. Here the depolarization is slow, so the conduction velocity will also be less. Okay, then important topic of hierarchy of the pacemaker. The idea of this topic I have given in the properties of cardiac muscle topic. In that video I have said you that SA node is a primary pacemaker. SA node is primary pacemaker, but AV node or the rest of the pacemaker tissues are basically the latent pacemaker or the subsidiary pacemakers. Why this is so that the SA node is a primary pacemaker and not the other tissues are primary pacemaker? Even though the other tissues also possesses the property of the diastolic depolarization, they also have the slow response action potential, but they can't behave as a primary pacemaker. The SA node only behaves like a primary pacemaker. What is the reason behind it? The reason is that the discharge rate of SA node actually is more than the discharge rate of other pacemaker cells. So what happens? The SA node doesn't let the other cells to generate their impulse. Before these cells can generate their impulses, the impulse from the SA node comes, and they will suppress the impulse generated by that cell. Okay, so the SA node discharge rate is more than the discharge rate of the other cells, so the SA node will suppress all the slow response action potential responses by the other cells, and that is why the SA node is a primary pacemaker. But what happens when the SA node fails to generate the impulse, or there is a problem in the conduction of the impulse, like there is a block, the SA node impulse cannot come out of the sinus node to the other atrial myocytes. In that case, what will happen? Now, because the other cells, the other pacemaker cells that possesses the pacemaker property, that possesses the slow response action potential, they are not receiving any impulse from the SA node, they will start generating their own impulses. And that is why these pacemakers are called as a latent or the subsidiary pacemakers, because they work in the absence of the work of the SA node. When the SA node doesn't work, the other nodes take over the function of the pacemaker in the heart. Now, after SA node, the first pacemaker tissue which overtakes the function of the SA node is the AV node. Okay, and the impulse rate generation of the AV node is 40 to 60 beats per minute. So the SA node discharge rate is 60 to 100 beats per minute, but the AV node discharge rate is 40 to 60 beats per minute. Now the SA node stops working. AV node doesn't get the impulse from the SA node, so the AV node start generating the impulse at the rate of 40 to 60 beats per minute, and this will suppress the other pacemaker tissues. The other pacemaker tissues like the His bundle and the Purkinje fibers are suppressed because the rate of the discharge of the AV node is more than the rate of the discharge of these nodes. Now, if AV node is also injured, AV node is not able to do its function. In that case, now the SA node is not working, the AV node is also not working, so the His bundle is not getting any impulse. So it will start generating the impulse by it and suppress the function of the Purkinje fibers. It will suppress the impulse generation by the Purkinje fibers. If the His bundle also stops working, what will happen? The SA node is also not working, the AV node is not working, his bundle is also not working. The Purkinje fibers takes over the function of the impulse generation. So this is called as the hierarchy of the pacemaker. Okay, we will talk about this topic in more detail when we talk about the conduction blocks. Okay, these are the references you can look forward for this topic, and a small assignment for you, you should write the answer in the comment section, that why voltage gated sodium channel is not activated in the pacemaker cells. Every cell has a voltage gated pacemaker cell. Every cell has a voltage gated sodium channel. But why these voltage gated sodium channels are not activated in the pacemaker cells? Instead of these channels, there is activation of the L-type voltage gated calcium channels, and they are responsible for the depolarization. So why this happens? This you can get the answer in your book of Guyton. So go and read from there and write the answer in the comment section. I will discuss the answer of this question in my coming video, and we will also discuss how the atomic nervous system affect the heart rate, how it alters the heart rate by changing the potential, by changing the pacemaker potential, the slope of the pacemaker potential. Okay, please follow HM Learnings on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter for regular updates to rock your Viva and to boost your knowledge. Like, share and comment on this video. Till then, keep learning.